Good morning, student. In previous lecture, we have discussed about the monohybrid cross experiment that is done by Mendel and the result of the monohybrid cross. Now we discuss about the special term used to determine the genetic cross result is known as Punnett square. This is given by Reginald Crandall Punnett. This method is used for the predicting the result of genetic cross. The benefit of this cross is minimize the chance of error. The Punnett square having one horizontal and one vertical line. These forms square boxes according to the presence of the alleles. We know a gene having two alleles. So the vertical side having the all male alleles, mean the alleles which got from the male character. On a horizontal line, the female gene alleles. So we make boxes. Now the remaining box we form, we are doing two, so we form two boxes. So these are the Punnett squares. Here we will draw the female like if we are taking the characters of the gametes, means for example हमें की parents male and female. If you take examples of the sex chromosomes, so we draw here the male and the remaining squares are used to fill up with the crossing of two alleles from vertical to horizontal. And so this is the predicting result of the genetic cross is that so this is the Punnett square which is used to predict the result of genetic cross. It is used to minimize the chance of errors. By using this we can easily calculate the genetic result. So this is all about the Punnett square. Here two rules. First, the male alleles are written as vertical and the female are written as horizontal. So this is all about the Punnett square. Now we will discuss about the test cross that is done by Mendel. In the test cross means a cross between an individual of unknown genotype. Means first case is that a individual having unknown genotype, means we have a genetic constitution or a character but we do not know the genotype, and individual which is homozygous for recessive. When we cross between a unknown genotype and an individual which having homozygous recessive traits is known as test cross. For example, like we take example of parents. We will take this, the individual which going to be tested, that may be this, means we are, if we take example of a tallness or baldness, basically we are going for test cross. Our experiment is going to be tested the unknown genotype. If we take example of tallness, so there is two possible genetic constitution, is that the dominant and the hybrid, but we do not know. We will cross both of it with the homozygous recessive. Cross with homozygous recessive according to the Punnett square. This is hybrid, this is hybrid, this is hybrid, this is all hybrid. If the giving ratio is 4:0, the ratio given in a test cross is known as 4:0. 4:0, it means the parent is homozygous dominant. This is the first case. If we take example of this one, it is also tall plant, but it's a hybrid. Treat with homozygous recessive. So this is hybrid, this is dwarf, this is hybrid, this is dwarf. So ratio is 2:2, 1 is equal to 1:1. If the ratio is coming 1:1, it means the unknown genotype is hybrid. So this is the about test cross. Or if we take the unknown genotype in third example, that is dwarf, the third character is dwarf, that is recessive traits, small t. We will cross it at the rule of test cross, the recessive traits with the dwarf, the third case. The result will be all are recessive traits, but during the writing method of the alleles, the dominant written as first, but here is no dominant, so the dominant ratio is 0:4. If the ratio is 0, given ratio is 0:4, it means the unknown genotype is homozygous recessive. So this is the test cross. The test cross basically is used to identify the genotype of unknown individual. So this is all about the test cross. Now we will discuss in next lecture, we will discuss about the dihybrid cross, the second experiment, dihybrid cross, that results into the law of independent assortment.